What's up, gang, and welcome back to SoChelle TV. Sorry, it's the way you looked at me. I am the one and the only Chelle Pynk, and I'm back.
El Mago.
Yes, you know we back. We back. Ooh, we told y'all yesterday we come back in a couple days. You know what I'm saying? But y'all wasn't anticipating us coming back the next day.
The streets have spoken.
Streets have spoken. So is this video. This video, okay? So yeah, we're gonna get right into it. You know what I'm saying? We about to pour us a glass of wine. I'm about to light my candle. You know what I'm saying? Set the mood, and then yeah, we're gonna hop right into it, okay? You know what I'm saying? So yesterday the video was cut short. I know that I said I had 2 more topics to talk about, and it only ended up being 1. So we're gonna cover that story today. But you know, I just want to give some shout outs. Also, sorry for that little noise you hear in the background. You know what I'm saying? Would you like some wine?
I mean, you know.
Cool. That little noise you hear in the background. I do have children, you know what I'm saying? But who doesn't? I mean, if you don't, then you can't relate. But yeah. If you don't, then you will, because quarantine. But we'll talk about in a few episodes because there's a lot of people popping up pregnant. And I'm not one of them. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is cheers. And once again, we are drinking Moscato, you know what I'm saying? That's like our thing. Well, my thing. I want to shout out. You know, we do 2 shout outs before every real situation that we talk about. The first shout out I want to give to is Anthony Anderson. He, despite the pandemic and everything like that, he received his star on the Walk of Fame. And I feel like that's a big thing, despite the pandemic. It was supposed to happen in 2019, but he was 49, so he felt like waiting till 2020 to do it, you know, for in honor of his 50th birthday for himself. So that's why he waited. So I think, you know what I'm saying, that's a good look.
I mean, I'm just glad to see the man coming up that far. Like, I remember him being in, like, Me, Myself, and Irene and, like, Cradle to the Grave. And then when you see him starting to do, like, kid movies like Kangaroo Jack, and then he moving on to, like, hosting TV shows, he really put his work in, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, he earned that star. So, shouts to him, man. Kangaroo
Jack was lit. That was my favorite show, my favorite movie as a kid. Speaking of, I just watched that movie, like, a month ago. We did. Yeah, we did. So the next shout out I want to give is to the Radio Hall of Fame inductees. I feel like a certain amount of people on this list should have been in the Hall of Fame, in the Radio Hall of Fame. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? First, we're going to shout out the Breakfast Club. They were inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame. Angie Martinez. You know what I'm saying? Donnie Simpson and Sway Conway. Yeah. Long overdue for Donnie Simpson. You're absolutely right. So I just feel like he could have got his recognition, but he's still here, so that he got his flowers while he living. Yeah. You know? So I feel like that is a big ups to all of them. You know what I'm saying? And they are somewhat of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. So yeah. Also, before we get any more into it, I'm sorry for the sound yesterday. The team hooked us up with some mics for today, so hopefully, you know, the sound comes through a lot better. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this gig. So, everybody's saying we got a little pussycat on our hands.
Which pussycat is that?
He goes by the name of Roy Jones Jr., but I wouldn't really say he a pussycat. And the reason why people saying that, they saying somebody's scared because they were supposed to fight September 12th, right? The fight got moved back to November 28th. That's Thanksgiving weekend, right? So they both had something to say about it. But before I get into what each opponent had to say about the match, right? Tyson's 54. Jones is 51. Okay. Tyson's weighing at a 240 something. Okay. Jones is at a 193. some around those numbers, okay? Tyson been out the ring. He been out the ropes for 14 years. He trying to come back. 14 going on 15. Quote me if I'm wrong. Comment down below. And Jones been out the ring for like 2. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, who did Mike retire to? Kevin McBride?
Was it that one fight that he like went down on, the one that like the whole fight was like 50 something seconds and shit, and then he got up after the count? You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't make me laugh, cause I don't know.
Nah, I just remember. Look, Roy Jones, great fighter. You know what I'm saying? All that. Yo, wants no smoke with Mike Tyson. Period. Like, under any circumstances, like Tyson has been out for a very long time. Jones may have, like, you know what I'm saying, more of a chance. But just like watching the type of fighter he was, the instinct that he had, like and the fact that you got that type of size advantage, like,
yeah, because Mike was a former heavyweight, and to my knowledge, Jones was a former middleweight getting ready to go into heavyweight, I believe. But quote me if I'm wrong, like I said. But as far as I've seen, they both, you know what I'm saying, they both training. They both still training. You know what I'm saying? The fight's supposed to take place in Carlson, California. You know what I'm saying? It's like this athlete center or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And by them pushing that back, because originally there was supposed to be a fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whose fight that was supposed to be, but Tyson and Jones replaced that fight. But since they moved the fight to November, now there's no main event for that card, right? But there's undercards now on the new fight in November. So they've added more matches. You know what I'm saying? So, all in all, I don't know. But let's get into what the fuck they had to say, okay? So, Tyson his team took to say that it would maximize the revenue, okay? And this is what he had to say. Sorry if I'm looking down. I am reading exactly what he had to say, okay? So, Tyson said, changing the date to November 28th will give more people the opportunity to see the biggest comeback in boxing history. This temporary inconvenience will last longer than Roy Jones Jr. He better be ready. I'm coming with full force. Right? So, that's what Tyson had to say. And I believe it because, like I said, he's still training. He's still in that motherfucking training. Right? And then here's what Jones had to say. It's a sparring session, and that's what I heard. You know, it's supposed to be an 8-round sparring session. I think it was supposed to be a 12-round exhibition, but now it's supposed to be like an 8-round sparring session or some shit like that. He was like, it's a sparring session, but you have to remember, I'm the small guy here. Andy Foster can't control Mike once Mike gets in the ring. I've got to defend myself like I'm in a real fight. If Mike goes out there and decides to start hammering, what am I supposed to do? Look at Andy? Hell no, I've got to defend myself and get back in it. I've heard what Andy Foster said, but I also know what Mike said, and I can't depend upon Andy Foster when I'm in the ring with Mike. You hear me? I have to get myself ready for whatever Mike may bring. I have to be ready for war. So, at the end of the day, I feel like they both ready. Low key. I feel like they both ready. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to get caught up on that, I think Triller is still doing their 10-part docuseries. It's 2 episodes a week leading up to that fight. So, you know what I'm saying? If y'all interested, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be back here chilling. So, next story we're going to talk about Jam Master Jay. R.I.P. So, I believe he got murdered 18 years ago.
Sound about right.
Quote me if I'm wrong, because you know some shit too. You know what I'm saying? Opinions are welcome on the channel. So if you got anything to say, you know what I'm saying, any information I add, please let me and the peoples know. We appreciate it, okay? So yeah, his family came out and, well, as you know, he was part of Run DMC. Okay, let's start there. Okay, for the people who don't know who he is, because you know what I'm saying, very faded in that area, kind of.
The originators. I'm talking about the first rap group to have a #1 album in 1986, like laid the foundation. So you know what I'm saying? For all the youngers who don't know who Jam Master Jay is, you need to. I'm sorry.
You're good. 2 arrests have been made in his murder. The first one was Ronald Washington, and the second one was Carl Jordan Jr. Right? They have been indicted on charges of murder while engaged in a drug trafficking. Right? And the indictment was announced on Monday. So Washington was already in prison. Jordan, he was taken into custody on Sunday, I believe. So shouts out, Jay about to get some, you know what I'm saying, justice. Anything you want to say about that?
I mean, I'm never really happy to hear that some brothers got locked up for any reason, but at the same time, it's nice to hear that the police are actually doing their job, especially when it is a drug charge, because so often, you know what I'm saying, when there is a murder or something like that, and they find out drugs have something to do with it, they just call it a drug charge and, you know, close the case. So the fact that, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately, I guess you have to be a famous DJ and, you know what I'm saying, discover 50 Cent for, you know what I'm saying, the police in New York to actually do their job, but under any circumstances, you know, thank you. But yeah,
it's about damn time. Not you saying something. It's just about damn time they're doing something. 18 years is a long time. Next story we're talking about. First of all, before we even talk about this, what's going on with the cancel culture?
I feel like it's some sensitive people who are in their feelings. Don't get me wrong, there's some shit that shouldn't be ignored, but I feel like so often, like, these people that are artists, and you know how they talk about how genius ain't far from crazy? So often I feel like these geniuses and these people that are like so talented in these certain areas, once they become stars, and like you start to see the other areas of their life that is falling apart, and then people often try to use that to like as an excuse to, like, you know what I'm saying, cancel them or stop partaking in their art.
Are you talking about this next person we're about to talk about?
I don't know who you're talking about yet, but that's just what I understand cancel culture to be: a bunch of sensitive people who don't like the way you are or don't like something you do,
or the way you operate, the things you say.
Like,
you
if
know what I'm saying?
Like if you're not a musician and you do something outside of music, you know what I'm saying, niggas gonna stop buying your music.
Facts. Well, that goes into this next one. Nas came out with a new album. Well, he's coming out, King something, right? No disrespect, Nas, if you watch this. Well, I don't think he watched it because we just now beginning. But when you do watch it, because I will pop, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect. Nas's new song called Ultra Black off that album, right?
Yeah, with Hit Boy.
It had a line, and this line said, "We going ultra black, unapologetically black, the opposite of Doja Cat, Michael Blackson black." So Doja caught whiff of this. I don't like that. I feel offended. That's what she said. She said she felt offended. Now people are feeling sorry for her. That's why I asked you about the cancel culture. The cancel culture is feeling sorry for her. But didn't y'all just cancel her for being in a fucking white supremacist group chat showing your titties and your my kids probably watch this and your goodies and shit? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
all right. So people are talking about canceling Nas for a bitch that they just canceled. Is that what why is the cancel culture, man? Like,
the cancel culture is mad because of the way he came at Doja Cat.
The cancel culture needs to understand, and I can't speak for Nas, but I'm gonna speak for Nas. I'm pretty sure he came after her because of the shit she said. This ain't like he said the opposite of Doja Cat because she's mixed. Nah, like, he said, like, yo, like, you want to talk about niggas that whole didn't do nothing shit and all that shit? Like, yo, like, nah, like, fuck that. And next of all, Doja Cat, she needs to just say thank you, because one of the greatest, like, MCs have ever just mentioned
her name in his fucking song.
Yeah, so
bitch, sit down. Talking about play with my pussy, but don't play with my emotions. Bitch, sit down. You're not unapologetic. He's done. Bitch. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, and then what threw me off is she took and responded to this shit on TikTok.
You know.
Now, I don't like Trump, but at this fucking point, I'm with the shit. Cancel this shit. Cancel TikTok, Trump. Cancel her ass. Anything. For real. You crying, boo-hooing over some lyrics. Get over it. Come after me, bitch. I dare you. So, but yeah, she was like, I'm so offended. She was like, I'm upset by the song. Have you heard that song, Fruit Salad by the Wiggles? I don't think that compares to what Nas was talking about, but at the same time, I think she's trying to call him a clown ass nigga.
Look, man. All I'm gonna say is this.
And then we're gonna move on.
Doja Cat. You got a punchline. You were a half a bar. You didn't get a whole song. You didn't get, like, you know what I'm saying, like, in-depth. Nas could have just tore you apart. You were a punchline. Like so many topics in today's pop culture. Sit down and be grateful you got mentioned by the great. Because you'll never be up there.
Have a seat. Okay. Next story I want to talk about. And then I think I want to talk about 2 more stories after this. For some reason, it's just always 2 more. Give me 2 more. The Fresh Prince reboot. I don't know how I feel about it. I seen the trailer. Have you seen the trailer yet? No? Okay, well, it's like a deeper, darker version. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a new day, new edition type of Fresh Prince. Like, I don't... Look, it's making me itch. I don't even know if I like it. Will Smith hopped on the joint. Morgan Cooper is a super fan of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This joint, I think it's just gonna be called Bel-Air. For real. There's no Fresh Prince in it. The nigga don't even look like Will. He act fruity, you know what I'm saying? Well, dick in the booty ass thing. Anyway, none of my business. So yeah, and they said the remake will be a dramatic take on the show, providing a deeper dive into the inherent conflicts, emotions, and biases of what it's meant to be a black man in America today. So, I guess if y'all interested, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be on NBC's Peacock, Netflix, and HBO Max. Don't know when it's going to be released. I guess they're still working on it. But something's going on with the Westbrook Productions, you know what I'm saying? Will Smith shit. And we're going to talk about that. Because that's deep. And yeah. So, what are your thoughts on this reboot thing?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Are we running out of storylines in 2020? We need to redo the Fresh Prince. Like, it's classic. Like, I don't want it to be one of them things like now, like when you mention the Karate Kid, you gotta ask somebody if they're talking about like the new one or the old one. I want when I say the Fresh Prince, I want niggas to know I'm talking about like Will Smith, and I don't want it to even have to be like a question.
Yeah, I think by them doing this, like, I understand, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you were in quarantine, you watched reruns, you know what I'm saying? You wanted to do something different because you were bored. I understand that. But I feel like them doing this is taken away from the nostalgia that we had from the OG Fresh Prince. Because none of the characters look alike. You know what I'm saying? And by me saying that, please stick with the dark skin Aunt Viv. Please don't switch her. And if you're going to do that, you know what I'm saying, don't stick with the light skin, dark skin. You know what I'm saying? We can't have Michael Jackson out here in these streets, okay? Recipes, okay? So,
I mean, I just feel like it's like even when they remake movies and shit, you know what I'm saying? When you remake a movie, you're taking something that's like, you know, you're wrapping up the events of, you know, about 1-2 hours, you know, your average movie and shit, and you still like have enough room to retell that story from different perspectives, you know. But when you have a series that was on air for as many seasons as the Fresh Prince was, and you expanded upon these topics, and you know what I'm saying, like as much as you did in the detail that you went into in these episodes, is there really a point in retelling a story that, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like you can retell a movie from a different perspective, like, but with all them, is there really a point in redoing the Fresh Prince? Like, it's not really going to be the Fresh Prince. Like, it's going to be another show.
I don't think it's going to be
with the same title.
I don't think it's going to be much of a. I don't know.
Prove me wrong though. You know what I'm saying? I got faith in Will Smith You know what I'm saying? Everything you touch turn to gold. You know what I'm saying? Except for the microphone.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
So, moving on. The next topic I want to talk about real quick, it's not on the docket. It's not on any of the things. It's not on any, you know what I'm saying? You seen that video yesterday where, who said it? Dirk said it? No, not Dirk. Who said that versus battle would be lit? I think it was like Jay-Z versus Drake or something like that. I don't know. What do you feel about that?
It's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's the only thing that really makes sense. Like, you got the greatest rapper of all time, by popular opinion, you know what I'm saying, at least. And then you got, like, the most, or like the greatest rapper, like, on paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at, like, what Drake's achieved and, like, all his awards and shit and, like, all the hits he's had recently. Like, man, how long has his run been? You know what I'm saying? Like, the only person who's really had a run that long you could really compare him to is maybe Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, on a consistent basis, album, like, to album, like, features when the album ain't out, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of hits. But you also got to think about it, too. Like, Jay-Z has been popping for just as long, and a lot of the shit that, like, got him respected as an MC wasn't shit that was on the radio. So it's almost like Drake was just, like, born into stardom. You know what I'm saying? Reasonable Doubt, like, you know what I'm saying? He had to drop off paper bags full of money to get the radio stations to play his shit. So it's like you taking somebody who, like, their best work wasn't on the radio with Drake, whereas Drake's whole shit, like, ever since he came out, Find Your Love and shit, he's been, like, he was with Young Money and popping off from the start.
I do remember that.
Yeah, but
I do remember that.
But it would be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it would be very entertaining. They don't have a song together, do they?
Yeah, I mean, I got a couple. You know what I'm saying? I got Pound Cake. There was an old joint they had called We Off That. But yeah, they had a few joints.
Okay. Speaking of verses, so I guess Bow Wow didn't like. I guess Bow Wow didn't like what Timbaland said about him about a month ago, where he was like, "You not even worthy to get a spot on the verses." That's what he allegedly said. So now Bow Wow and Romeo are teaming up, and instead of doing a versus, they want to do a docuseries instead. How you feel about that?
I don't feel about that.
I don't either. And especially by them, you know, being around my generation, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
this era is getting real big on nostalgia, man. Like, we keep, like, reaching back to shit that was, like, relevant in our childhood and shit. And it's cool, like, when you remaking songs from, like, the golden era of hip-hop, because the hip-hop now has went to shit, so people are recycling old ideas, you know. I get that, but, like, this, like, I mean, I'm sorry, like, this appealed to the teenage girls at that time. The teenage girls right now don't give a fuck about Bow Wow or Romeo, and the girls who were teenagers back then are, you know what I'm saying, grown women, and they don't care about what's going on with them two men. Nah, like,
look,
you know what I'm saying?
I do not feel like I don't know why they want to be relevant right now. Maybe because everybody else is relevant, but I don't think it's just about the music, because it's a docuseries, so it'll be explaining their life, you know what I'm saying? But why them? You know, to show the differences, like, you know what I'm saying, to show how Romeo worked for his shit and Bow Wow, you know, he kind of worked for his shit, but then he used his shit for clout. That jet wasn't even his, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So what's the docuseries for? Because y'all didn't want to do a versus. What is the docuseries for? That's what I want to know.
I mean, you know, shout out to the two young brothers who are about to get some type of money.
Oh, yeah, shout out to them for real.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating.
And you know, my peoples, they knew Masterpiece, so you know what I'm saying? They knew Romeo, so you know what I'm saying? There's no hate, no shade. You know what I'm saying? Especially the fam, but
yeah, I feel like
what is the docuseries about? Y'all just want to be relevant. Okay. So, instead of reaching back into the past, okay, let's talk about right now. Okay? And then we're going to wrap it up, okay?
Believe that.
YBN Corday. So, the YBN crew disband, and YBN Cordae dropped the YBN from his name. So he now goes by Cordae. Yeah. I feel like it wasn't even, you know what I'm saying, that big, that much to even have a YBN on his name. But, you know, everybody does it, you know. NBA, YWN, YBN, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a trend. So I do see that. And that is the game that, you know what I'm saying, they rock it with or whatever. So I do see the respect there. But at the end of the day, you knew you was going to drop it eventually. You're not going to go your whole music career talking about YBN Cordae. Okay. Young boy, go by Young Boy. He don't really even go by NBA Young Boy anymore. You see what I'm saying? He
completely different.
I understand that, but you have to realize what I'm saying with those little acronyms, you know what I'm saying, before the names. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, you're going to want to drop it off. Maybe it's just me.
I mean, you could be right. To me, that's just a loyalty thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? YFN Lucci, he's still doing his thing. Ain't that many other people still got, like, they crew name and they name, like, at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Melly locked up, but I don't know.
I know. Last I heard, he was in there with that shit.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let him out.
I hope he get well soon.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him out. Nothing.
But, I mean, to me, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was the most talented one out the crew to me. So with him, I feel like, yeah, he necessarily didn't need that because he didn't need them. In my opinion. Namir had a little pop at the beginning, but, you know what I'm saying, where he at now? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Y'all more worried about who Almighty J is dating than the music he dropping. So, you know what I'm saying? And to me, Corday's still going strong. Shout out to the whole Moco, because I know that's where he's from. All my people out Gaithersburg, Germantown. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, I feel like the YFN was going to, I mean, the YBN, it was coming off eventually. But, you know.
That's what I said.
Nah, but I feel like with everybody that's not true. You know what I'm saying? It's just with him, he was the strongest one out of his crew. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of nobody else who can, like I said, YFN Lucci is nice. YNW locked up. I don't know what he doing, but like everybody ain't gonna wind up dropping their name. He was just the strongest one out of his crew, and you know what I'm saying? Now all them niggas is falling off, and he's still going strong. What you look like being the only nigga screaming YBN? Like,
I don't know. So I did see what you're saying. They disband. So yeah, fuck you look like keeping the only Jane. Reminisce. I don't know, but yeah, I think that wraps up another show. What you think?
I'm saying Finn.
What?
The end, nigga. You ain't never watched a foreign film?
Oh. Okay, so yeah, we finning, right? That's what you just said?
That way.
Finning, that way. Fin. Finito. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of So damn, can't even say my own shit. It's the wine. SoChelle TV. Okay? And yeah, shout out again to my special guest. We just gonna have him on every show. Just
maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta come to y'all with some important shit, some hot topic shit, I got you. You see me solo. But you know what I'm saying? Comment, you know what I'm saying? What you think about a duo? And yeah, that's all I got. For real. So let's, you know what I'm saying, end the show. Grab your drinks, whatever you're drinking, whatever you're smoking, get it. And yeah. You got some more?
Oh no, my cup empty, man. You babysitting over there. Hey yo, but shout out to all y'all. Thank y'all again for watching. Man, we appreciate y'all appreciating us. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? We'll see y'all next time.
So yeah, yeah. What he said, like, share, subscribe, comment, turn on the notification bell, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm very mysterious. So who know when we finna pop back up? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, tell your mama, your daddy, your cousins, your grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Your auntie, your uncle, everybody. Tell everybody.
Step sister, baby daddy, cousin, mama.
Step sister, baby daddy, cousin, mama. Got it. That way. Bye, y'all. Oh wait, we gotta take our shot. Ready? Take a shot with me, y'all.
She over here shooting wine.
But they might be drinking something else. Let me be great. Peace.